My name is Tara. I am a senior public history student here at Western. I decided to come here because Western is one of the only schools that has an undergraduate program in public history. This year I started working at the archives, and that has also been very useful. I'm the research assistant for Dr. Carlson, and so I help her with research projects, which has gotten me a little bit more experience with learning about what all the resources archives have to offer. I'm reading a collection of Vietnam War letters right now, and I'm processing it, and I have to research who these people were and what happened to them. I'm also involved with Students for East Campus. I'm the president of that organization, and we aim to educate people about East Campus and advocate that it be restored to its original form. But that's also really a neat organization, especially for public history students, because you get firsthand experience with advocacy for historic structures and with preservation issues and just the politics behind it. So, done some very fun internships. The first 2 summers of my college years, I worked for Mackinac State Historic Parks as an interpreter. I worked at Colonial Michilimackinac, Historic Mill Creek, and the Lighthouse as a tour guide. And that was very useful because I learned how to work with the public, I learned about interpretation, I learned about a wonderful area of Michigan and its rich history. And last summer I worked for the Blue Ridge Parkway down in North Carolina, in Blowing Rock, which is right outside of Boone, at a house called the Moses Cone House. Is a mansion, and I was on the historic preservation crew, and I learned a lot of new skills there, like I learned how to use a lathe. I did a lot of painting. It was an old house, and that was very useful because it was something that was very out of my comfort zone. I've never worked with power tools in my whole life, and so that was very useful. It's something I'd recommend students do, is just to try something completely different than what they've ever done. After graduation, I plan on taking a year off just to get more experience, just to kind of decide what I want to do. I'm interested in both museum studies and preservation, so I'm just trying to decide what route I want to take. I really enjoy living history museums, but I also enjoy downtown revitalization movements and that aspect of preservation. So I'm not really quite sure what I want to go into yet, but I know I'll be going to grad school.